Raise your hand if you're a good game. Put your hand down, Star Fox Adventures. Actually, that's not entirely fair. This is a very good game, but it's not a good Star Fox game. Which of course begs the question, does a good Star Fox game actually exist? Now, those who remember Star Fox for the first two games in the series may scoff, but keep in mind there's an entire generation of gamers who remember the franchise in far less flattering terms if they remember Star Fox at all. For them, the question's valid, and this is the game that made it so. But how can a game be simultaneously good and bad? Well, in the case of Star Fox Adventures, it's all about expectation. Released to the GameCube in 2002, Adventures came more than 5 years after the prior game in the series, the fantastic Star Fox 64. It may seem a little strange in hindsight, but at the time, Star Fox had serious momentum, and it was being elevated as one of Nintendo's premier franchises. This was the stage onto which Adventures arrived, and by dropping a Nova bomb on fan expectation, brought Star Fox's momentum crashing to the ground like an R-Wing with a faulty G-diffuser. Adventures was developed by Rare, the studio that helped define the Nintendo 64 with, among others, their massive adventure games. Star Fox 64 would be the last of them, conceived at the time as an original Nintendo 64 game called Dinosaur Planet. It wasn't until Nintendo got involved that the game was Doki Doki panicked, so to speak. The furry saber was swapped with Fox McCloud, and the Star Fox brand was pasted on the box. So long Dinosaur Planet, hello Star Fox Adventures, and goodbye Star Fox. The real tragedy of Star Fox Adventures is that this isn't a bad game. In fact, on the contrary, it's a pretty good game. Adventure starts with a quintessentially Rare formula, offering players an enormous game world with a laundry list of items to collect. But the game noticeably borrows concepts from The Legend of Zelda as well, resulting in a distinct kind of game that plays like Banjo-Kazooie meets The Wind Waker, and, by the way, happens to be pretty enjoyable. So the problem with Star Fox Adventures isn't really Star Fox Adventures. The game does what it's trying to do very well, it's just trying to do the wrong things. Expanding a franchise and evolving its gameplay is one thing. This is more a freak mutation than a natural evolution. Now, to their credit, Rare did as much as they could to make this game a reasonable mixture of their ideas and Star Fox. Fox's quest and adventures takes him from one side of the planet to the other and back in a loop again. And to get from area to area, he'll need to find enough fuel cells to power his R-Wing and then fly to his destination. These are the on-rails flight segments you'd expect from Star Fox, and they're very good. The problem is that they're a negligible fraction of the overall experience. You'll want to keep flying, you'll want to shoot things. I mean, it is a Star Fox game. But sadly, Adventures doesn't let you. It can't let you. And like a parent telling you to come inside for dinner, you get the sense that Rare knows you don't want to listen. In addition to those brief connecting flight missions, Adventures also goes for a Star Fox narrative twist. But like oil and water, Dinosaur Planet and Star Fox never coalesce. Of course, criticizing an otherwise good game simply because of player expectations seems unfair, especially when it's obvious that Rare wanted Star Fox Adventures to be great. The exploration paces well, the planet is enormous and diverse, and there were very few games last generation that looked this stunning. But it's impossible to judge a game on its own merits when the game doesn't seem sure of which merits are its own. The criticisms do seem superficial, they always have, but in a very real sense, Dinosaur Planet would have been better had Star Fox never landed there.